So many of us are, as it has been said, sad, lonely, and anxious. Let's discuss this problem or these problems and see what can be realistically and usefully said on their account. So, terms mentioned were sad. I feel sad. I don't feel happy. I don't feel good. Lonely. I feel alone. I feel like I'm not connected with anybody, even if technically I am physically around other people. And I'm anxious. I'm worried. I'm worried about the future. I'm worried about the past. I'm worried about the present. I'm worried. So what can be said, again, on the count of those issues? The first step, perhaps, would be to accept, understand first, and accept that the path to anything other than sadness, than anxiety, than loneliness, and so forth is a path, right, of various lengths, but it's a journey, just like anything else worthwhile. If I want to go somewhere, such as on vacation, a couple hundred miles away, whether I take the bus or the train or an airplane or otherwise, maybe I bike, who knows, then I understand perfectly obviously that I can't just be there. It is a journey. Right? It does take time. And I accept that. That's the only way to go. I can't snap my fingers and just be somewhere a couple of hundred miles away. So, just so in life, too, not be sad, lonely, and anxious. Ultimately, I have to be a different kind of person than the one that I am now. And in order to be a different kind of person, it takes time. It's a journey, just like going on vacation a couple hundred miles away. It's a journey that could take um, a few years to see some progress. It's a journey that could take a few decades, but it is a journey. So that perhaps is the first step. Oftentimes we take ourselves as we are and we don't question ourselves. We question anything and everything and everyone aside from ourselves. Right? The problem is the job that I have. The problem is the economy. The problem is my country. The problem is my parents or are my parents. The problem are the people around me and the politicians, him, her, and the other. But not me. I'm ignorant of myself. I don't take myself into account and I attribute my issues to something else, something out there. That's not the way to go. We can use a little bit of common sense and ask ourselves if those that have changed very much of their external environment without changing themselves are ipso facto, meaning by that fact itself, not sad, not lonely, not anxious, and so forth, mental health issues and such. The answer is no. Right? I can change everything there is to change out there, be in a different place of living and have a different job and have different people in my life. If I don't change myself, then I will not be happy, right? Unless already the self that I have is one such that can be happy, which is not likely to be the case. And is not the case unless I have taken some such journey. So the question then is, what is that journey? What is that road to becoming a different kind of person? There's obviously many angles to take and many interpretations, but some big themes would touch upon overcoming our self-centeredness, maturing and developing our unique individuality and our humanity at large. What that means is that as it concerns the latter, as it concerns one's humanity, I'm a human being. I'm not a fish. I'm not a tree. I'm not a bear. I'm not a squirrel. I'm not a bird, and so forth. Therefore, I need to develop the capacities that are uniquely human. A human being can do good. A human being can be truthful, can pursue the truth, a human being can cultivate love for others. A human being can think about the purpose of his or her life. There's many different things that only human beings, as far as we can possibly tell, can do. And we need to at least give a shot at doing those things. Just like a beaver needs to give a shot at building a dam to be a beaver. A bird needs to give a shot at flying to be a bird, unless it's a non-flying bird like an ostrich. We need to, or fish needs to give a shot at swimming to be a fish. We need to at least give a shot, a little stab at being human and not just animal like all the other animals. If my life consists out of eating, sleeping, pursuing pleasure, and even maybe doing some things to facilitate that in terms of earning money, I have not yet attained to a distinctly human life. No problem, but that could be a reason why I am sad, I am anxious, I am lonely. So try to at least give a shot at realizing our human potentialities. Then there are our individual capacities. Who am I as a particular person, not just as a human being, but as such and such particular individual? What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? What am I good for? What am I bad for? Here, if I can be truthful and I can, with courage and at least a little bit of humility, such that would allow me to think clearly about myself, try to realize my individual capacities, that would go a long way towards changing the kind of person that I am. Most of us, we have no idea the kind of particular people we could be because of our fear, because of our egoism, because of our self-idealizations and fantasies about who we are or could be or should be and would have been and could have been and who knows what. Instead, take myself as I am and try to become who I can be as an individual. Do at least a little something each day to try to become myself, whatever that means for me. So those are two major things as it concerns going down the road to changing the kind of person that we are. And if we try to be truthful about ourselves to the best of our capacities, if we face our self-centeredness, our narcissism, our self-idolatry, meaning making an idol out of oneself, there's nothing higher than me. The whole world revolves around me, don't you know? I'm the VIP. I'm the center. We face that kind of stuff. We see that it's no good. It doesn't serve us. And then we try to proceed and mature even a little bit with at least a little bit of courage, at least a little bit of strength. And if we can't admit that, at least do that. Then hopefully we will move at least a little bit down that road towards being the kind of person that hopefully is, we could say, above, perhaps in some way, sadness, loneliness, anxiety, and such, at least to where those emotions and those states cripple us and make us a problem for ourselves. If I am proceeding down a meaningful path, if I feel that I'm becoming who I could in principle be, and I feel some anxiety along the way, and some sadness along the way, and some loneliness along the way, that's no problem, right? That's expected, and there's no way around it. The issue would only be when that is my life, right? And I see no hope, and there is no purpose, and there is no point, and it's just pain. Then that's a problem. And to avoid that, again, consider that it is a journey. It's not just changing something out there and having a different external situation. I have to become a different kind of person. And to become a different kind of person, I can think about how to become at least a little bit more human as opposed to animal, and at least a little bit more myself as an individual versus just sitting on all of my potential out of fear, out of cowardice, out of laziness, and doing nothing. So hopefully we can consider it. Thank you for listening.